by blocking the water channel, and nothing has happened. Thank God the flood has come. He has drawn our attention to the place. Now something will happen. I'm going to bring those houses down. A house that fell on the channel, water channel will go down.
I don't
want to reply to political comment, please. I don't want to reply to people who think that I can be sure with their houses will give them an edge to win an election that they have lost. No. Nobody can diminish what this administration has done in the past 3 years. Are they solving problems? Yes. Have they solved major problems? Yes. Would they continue to solve problems? Yes. And so we believe that when problems come up, everything should not be politicized. We must go straight to the point and know what is the problem. What is the root cause? What are the immediate causes of this problem? Not to go and get a place to begin to shout, this happened, that did not happen, without even finding out facts. The moment they saw the figures in terms of certificate of occupancy to ease businesses came out. Instead of them to commend the administration, they used the issue of flood to begin to play politics. Administration that just came 3 years ago has signed 26,000 CFOs. 13 years ago, 2 administrations signed 7,000. So instead of them to commend the administration of this, they took the issue of flood as if this is the first time issue of flooding came up in Abuja. It's not the first time. Nobody says any government is happy when it floods in there. Nobody can say so. But nobody should also trivialize the fact that because it has happened now, means that it has never happened before as far as Abuja is concerned. That would be unfair. That would be unfair. Flood could be a natural disaster. After all, you see focus. The name states that are likely to be flooded or flood likely to take place in some states based on torrential rainfall they expect. It happens. Flooding has taken place in Dubai. Flooding has taken place in America, in England. These are even, you can say, well-organized, developed cities. Yet flooding took place. When climate change period, the kind of rains we have experienced or we're experiencing now, we may not have experienced it before. But that is not that. There are no man-made factors. They're there. And it is those man-made factors we have been trying to tackle and will continue to tackle. Man-made factors could be one. People building and blocking the channel of water passing through. Man-made factor could be two. People building in a place that's not designated to be built on. Man-made factor could be people or government or officials of government not carrying out their functions by desilting the drainages. Man-made factors could be we here. As human beings responsible, carrying our refuse, not putting it in the right place, we just throw it to the drainages. At the end of the day, you have blockage. That could also cause flooding. So you cannot take all these factors and heap it on government. No, it's not correct. And let nobody make mistake that this government lacks the political will to do anything. The person must be making the very big mistake. If there's one means that I have that political will. I have the political will. And what has happened today will show Nigerians that we have the political will to tackle those man-made factors. It doesn't matter who is responsible. It doesn't matter how high place you are. People have come out on television to shout, oh, of all the areas we have gone to, mention anything there that's caused by a poor person. Built up areas are not supposed to be built up. No single poor person will live there. Those houses are houses built by well-to-do Nigerians. Those houses are not houses that are built now as we came. Those houses have been there 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Previous administrations may not have had a political will. Officers of government may not have been encouraged to do what they are supposed to do. In this case, respective officers who are in charge of supervising development, buildings. So it will be unfair for people who have one or the other to score, to settle with people, oh, this is this, that. Like I said, I will never waste my energy, and this time I've rested well to use it to reply political commentators or those who have no job that will go to Arise or channels or TVC to make comments they don't even have any idea about. But let it be said that we have said something. Let it be said we have said something. Unfortunately, we have gone there and we have seen how people have blocked channels where in the master plan, that is the right way where water is supposed to be channeled. People by their positions have blocked it, believing that nothing will happen. I have told people this in life, that nothing happened yesterday does not mean that something will not happen today. That it did not happen today does not mean it will not happen tomorrow. Now you have done your own by blocking the water channel and nothing has happened. Thank God the flood has come. You have drawn our attention to the place. Now something will happen. I'm going to bring those houses down. A house that fell on the channel, water channel will go down. From today to Saturday. If the women control, if they like, let them find any excuse to run away. They cannot. I thought the women control is there. Thank God you are there. Because if you are on the way to find excuses, too bad. You can't. We will demolish all those houses found on the water channel. Some of them are senators. Some of them are big men. The next thing you will see campaign now. Oh, why is he doing this during period of election? That is the next campaign you will see now. Stop him. Let us finish election. Where there's election, there's no election, all those houses will go down. Heaven will not fall. Rather, heaven will be at peace. That the right thing has been done. People talk about parks. Go and see. Taking over the green areas to make parks. Build everywhere. And we have tried to see how we can stop this. Parks is not green area. They're different than what they call using as a recreation center and purely as a green area. There are two things. But people just come convert everything. And when you tend to stop them, they say, oh, they have been here since Abuja was created. He said, why are you seeing it now? Oh, we'll be here. When my grandfather was the director of land, director of parks, that's when I got it. So why is it now? Because something that was done wrongly will not be corrected. No, we will not allow that. We won't. So I just felt I should let you know that we have seen it. And the facility management is not here. The director is not here. Yes, we have to immediately start desilting some of the areas we have identified. But again, we owe it as a responsibility not to pour our refuse into the drainages, to believing that our government will come and desilt. That's unfair. You sell your granola, government has allowed you to sell your corn. You don't think that after peeling the corn, you need to pack the refuse. Sometimes you carry it and pour it there. You forget that tomorrow will come. And when it rains, it has blocked the manholes. And then it will result to flooding. Then you give people who have no job the opportunity to talk. I have no interest. My interest is we have continued to do the right thing in our city where we will stop. I appreciate those Nigerians who meant well by calling us to say, look, you may not have seen this, see what has happened. Not those who will just put in the video. Oh, circulate this. Wike has scared Abuja. When did Wike come? Simply because they say we have done well in this, that we did the commission. So they are looking for something to rubbish. You cannot. I never created any flood. I never. So I hope now that we have started to demolish, you won't cry. To say, oh, it's against the political opponents. Because you find all kinds of excuses now. Oh, that house is owned by his political opponent. That's why he was going to do that. If you are my political opponent, let's say you can block the water channel. I didn't tell you to go and block water channel. So we appreciate those who have made valuable comments, positive comments. That's the essence of governance. Calling attention. If you are going to Yakubu and Crescent on that road, since I started coming to Abuja, that road was done by the president. But each time it floods, we have shut our eyes and see the flood started yesterday on that road. So please, do us well and do the nation well by giving positive criticism, not political criticism that you think will help you to win an election that you cannot win. Cannot win. So that's what I'm here. Thank you very much. You see, like I said, I don't want to reply to political commentators. If that politician is good enough, why not say, look, it was allocated to the SIA and it's a water channel area and it's not being used as an estate. You don't just come allocated to politicians. They are not using first. You cannot determine which area is the water channel to FCT. You cannot determine for us. You don't know the master plan more than us. You just sit in your place and say, oh, this is a water channel. How can somebody allocate water channel to somebody to build? I mean, you think that those who work in the FCT are morons. They don't know anything that they are doing. If you're a legislator, as a politician, I've seen one that was in our eyes the other day. What have you done in the National Assembly to improve on it? What have you done? So I want to deny categorically that session allocates water channel way for people to go and if we allocate it, then why do we have to go and demolish? It's just do nobody yourself about those kind of if anybody has one, come out with it to prove to Nigerians this is a water channel way and it has been allocated to Mr. Z and approved for Mr. Z to build something, not just to go and make a blanket statement, anything allocated to politicians. Who are the politicians? They have no name. So this is not correct. If she knows there's a problem, she's the one who makes the law. National Assembly is our own house of assembly. Why is she every time working with her? I was not appointed to work with only one particular person. I work with everybody, you know. So, about some concern, oh, she's the one that made it come. Okay, don't blame her now. Because she has almost lost the election. All she's doing now is to see whether the people can go and talk to the people. Tell them what you have done in National Assembly. Tell them the bill you have proposed for the benefit of the residents of Abuja. You see, I'm a legislative phrase. I represent the people. They must see you talk in the floor as per their own interests. They must see you propose a bill that will enable them to survive. Right? It's not when anything happens, you come to television. You dress in such a way that's not even your own tradition to dress. To curry favor. I'm not going to work with her. There's no working with. Because, you see, when you have laid a bad foundation, it is difficult to turn around. It's very difficult. Because if you're a lawmaker and you have identified problems as who you represent, as a lawmaker, what you do is to tell members of the parliament, this is the problems of my people. You go on out, go to your constituents, dialogue with them, discuss with them, you go back to them. Not I want to see the minister, I want to see the governor. Oh, what's that? So you have done nothing. And the people know you have done nothing. If you like criticize, as far as this flood is concerned, the people have made up their mind that you fail. So if you like appear in channels 20 times, appear in Arise 55 and let them provide you the platform, it will not change the mindset of the people. Election is not one day. Election is not one day. Election is a process. You can't just get up in the morning to go and win a president is a politician now. So people should not, when they say effort of federal government, what do you see to show that federal government is seriously interested to win this? If colleagues or governors as of a party think that by going there, will they have a form of influence? It is to the people. I didn't see anything that anybody would tell the federal government did. Do you know what you are talking about if federal government carry influence? Do you not see 2019 influence in the River State election? That's what they say when you see might, military might, federal might. Where you see where military base was turned to collection center. Then when they talk about federal might, come on, when they say people like that, did his party not contest? If you were trying to support Adeleke, why did you feed candidates? Your candidate had lost. You are now saying, oh, we thank God the Accord Party won. Are you a member of Accord Party? If you are talking about coalition, you would have done the coalition before then. You would have come to say, look, everybody in this party step down. We want Accord to win this election. Then you have made sense. Then after the election, you say, oh, we won. Look, they won. What did I go for a say. He said, President, I thank you for allowing a free and fair election. And for that purpose, I want to reiterate my commitment I made to you. I will still support you for a second term. So they are thinking that, having said, oh, Adeleke, you have won, they are looking for a way to enter. Unfortunately, the government is smarter than them. The government said, don't come here. You are bad luck, people don't come here. Don't come and tell me now that I have won. I have defeated Tinubu. If Tinubu did not allow free and fair election, would I have won? No. Because they allowed free and fair election. I was away, I spoke to the governor, even during the election. I spoke to him. I said, look, how is it? He said, oh, look, everything is going on well. Fine. I said, I told you. Why are you worried? All this, of course, I know. If one or two individuals are doing something, that does not mean that the federal government is doing anything. When you see the force of federal government, go and ask those who have survived it. People like me, who survive federal might. It's not by saying they say. It's not true. I was there when I heard that the president said no, you cannot stop or close the account, something like that. Do you know what it takes for a president to come out to say, no, don't do this? If there was a federal might, he will keep quiet. He said, look, I allow everybody to do their job. But he came out to say, you have to say no. He could have said, I will not interfere. Tomorrow, if I do this now, you will tell me to do the same thing tomorrow. But he said, no, I will not allow this to happen. Even if it will happen, let it be after the election. And that tells you. And immediately he won, the president called him. Well, what does he tell you? And the governor said, look, president has just called me, congratulating me. I won my election. Federal might, nobody called me. Nobody called me. After I defeated them, nobody in the government then called me. And then somebody won. President is calling you, congratulating you. And then somebody has the guts, the humility to say, oh, after they defeated federal government. I mean, you don't invite trouble for somebody who did not look for any trouble. Adeleke, remember, Adeleke has never been too critical about the government. You remember that? Ordinarily, Adeleke would have been with them if things had worked out well. So, I don't see anybody, these people who have no basis. I think they believe they won federal government. What happened in the FCT election? What happened in the FCT election? That one was rigged. If they had won, it would have been a template that they defeated federal government. When they lose, government manipulated the process. When they win small thing, the people have shown their might. No, it's not done so. To be able to know that this government, for what I have seen, in terms of allowing processes to run their own way, I think this government, to some extent, you must give them that credit. Give them that credit. You don't need to like anybody who is in charge or not. You don't need to. I have participated in the election. I have seen what they call federal might. I have seen where of course, I don't know where most of you have started work there. I'm sure 2019, it was. I think is this the man that is they say is going to do what VP for ADC, but it is the one that they say VP for River State, is it not? That will carry platoon of soldiers. Let them come and carry platoon of soldiers and come again. Because you see, this election, 2027 election, will be the easiest election for Mr. President. 2023 was a tough election for him. Yes, I say so. 2023 was a tough election for him. This is the election where opposition has been crippled. They don't want to be crippling people. Depleted, they finish them. They have nothing to. You see, for you to be opposition to remove a government, it must be what they call a strong, vibrant opposition that has stayed for over 4 years planning. Not the opposition that is looking for party to go to. Today you go to party A. When they saw me in PDP, they ran away. They go to this place. So you see, that kind of opposition can never win. Can never win. And it will be the most complained election. Why? Because you have already known your fate before the election. So there will be much complaint. This is where the president will be carrying his portfolio, entering the villa again without any stress. 2023 was a stressful election for him. How many people in 2023 could stand to count on your mandate will stand? Tell me. How many people would be bold, who were bold there to stand? Even governors that were even afraid. When nobody knew. Nobody knew what the government then was trying to do. Now, everybody has seen where the good thing is. And people have moved down there. You think it will be the same. If the kind of opposition, look, when the president candidate of ADC should go back and how did I fail the election? How many votes did he use the losing? 2.something million. Is it not correct? Eh? Check what G5 did to him. But for G5, you have made up that 2.5 million. Now there's no G5. Everywhere appear to be. Right, so how do you win it? Forget about saying that governors may not. You see, governorship election is different from presidential election. You must know that. Is any election that has been done that ADC has made an impact? Is there anywhere election? Mind you, the National Secretary of ADC, who was a former governor, 2-term governor of that state, with how many votes? 2-term governor of that state. Even if you will lose the election, even if I'm so bad, I didn't do well during my time, for example, why the winning man will be scoring 500-something thousand, second person will be scoring 400-something thousand, the third person will be scoring 17,000. A party that a former governor just recently. Come on. Then when it gets to the national election, that's when the party will win there. Try. You hear me? Try. Please, people shouldn't be counting about all this. They know. So the only thing they can do now is, as usual, start crying. But if it is to win an election, no. It's not on the card at all. The opposition cannot win. Maybe after now, then they start planning and put their house in order. But if it is this 2027 election against Bola Tinubu, no, forget it. It's over.